Hello and welcome back to this amazing channel. This is Abhinav. Today in this particular video, we'll discuss about the problems of contest educational code forces round 164, right? So we will discuss the first four problems of this contest, which are A, B, C, and D, right? These are the problems that we will discuss. The problem was the contest was really good. Problems were really interesting and difficult too. The first three problems were of good, what were like with a medium level, I can say. But the fourth problem was really good. Okay, a DP problem it was. So let's discuss all the problems one by one. So the problem number A is painting the ribbon. So this is actually a really good problem. It says that there's a ribbon, okay, and the ribbon has n parts, right? So for example, the ribbon is like this, okay, and it has some n parts. So just like a array, right? So array has different parts, right? So the ribbon has n parts, right? Now what we will do here, okay, just a minute. Yeah. Now what allies, and see, it has n parts, basically the ribbon has n parts. Now what we have to do is we have m colors with us and there's a value k given to us. Now what they are saying is that allies wants to paint this ribbon with different colors, and what Bob wants to paint this ribbon with a single color, right? That is what the question is asking. Now guys, see what we have to do here. What will happen? First, allies will paint the whole ribbon with some colors, okay, uh, with some color. So we have basically m color. Let's say we have m color. So uh, let's say this is painted by a1 color, this is by a2, this is by a3, this is also by a3, up to the all the ribbons will be painted up to m colors. We have total of m colors, right? And then what Bob can do, so once Alice has painted all the ribbons, all the parts of the ribbon, now Bob can choose any k parts of the ribbon, right, and can paint them in a single color, because Bob wants to paint the ribbon into a single color. Now you have to basically tell whether it is possible to for the allies to paint it into different color. LIC, the thing is, allies wanted to paint the ribbon into different colors, and Bob wants to paint the ribbon into single color, right? So how we will solve this problem? See, first of all, the base case. Base case is that if m is equal to 1, means if we have only one type of color, then answer will always be false. Because if we have only one type of color, we cannot paint it in a different way. It is always false. Now if our m is more than 1, it is greater than 1, then what to do? See guys, as I told you, first allies will get a chance to paint the ribbon. Okay, so let's say if there are n parts, okay, n parts, and there are m colors, there are m colors. So what allies will do, allies will try to paint the ribbon with as much number of colors as she can. Okay, so basically if you will see n parts are there, m colors are there. Let's see यहाँ पे कितने parts हैं. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12, right? Let's say 12 are there. Up, let's say there are 12 parts, right? And m is for example 5, means there are 5 colors, right? So 5 colors में क्या होगा? Let's say colors are like this. Color number 1, so वो क्या करेगा, इसमें 1 से करेगा, इसको 2 से, इसको 3 से, 4, then 5, then again 1 2 3 4 5, then again 1 and 2. So what allies will do, allies will try to paint the ribbon into different colors, 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4, then 1 2, like that. Okay, so in this way, if you will see, there are two straps which are painted with color number 1. There are there are 3 straps actually painted with 1. There are 3 straps painted with 2, 2 straps with 3, 2 straps with 4, and 2 straps with 5, right? That's the basic thing. Now what Bob will try? Bob will try to paint all the colors with a single color. All the straps with a single color. So what should be the value of k? कि बॉब ये कर पाएगा। अब देखो गाइस, देखो this this ribbon is painted with 5 different colors from 1 to 5. ठीक है, there are 3 parts painted with 1, 3 parts painted with 2, 2 parts painted with 3. So if Bob has to convert all the parts into a single color, he will first of all choose a color which is already maximum number of times present in the ribbon. How you can find that? Actually, you can find it by finding the seal value of n by m. So you can see the seal value of 12 by 15 will be 3. So you can see the maximum number of times a color will be 3 only. You can see 1 3 बार और 2 3 बार है, because Alice wants to reduce this number 3, right? तो 3 जो 1 है वो maximum are present है. So what Bob will try to make all the other ribbons which are not 1 into 1. So how many such ribbons are there which are not equal to 1? There are such 12 ribbons. Oh, sorry, not 12. 9 ribbons are there which are not equal to 1. So Bob, the k value should be at least 9 or greater than equal to 9. If it is less than 9, means Bob cannot paint all the ribbons in the same color. But if it is more than equal to 9, it can paint, right? So you can see what I am doing in this particular problem. This was actually a very tricky problem. तो मैं इसमें क्या कर रहा हूँ? I am first of all saying if m is 1, simply print no. Simple. No problem, right? Print no. Now, if it is not 1, then what to do? Then we are first of all finding this value. What is this? This is n by m ka seal value. Okay, so let me tell you, if you have to find a seal value of n by m, you can do n plus m minus 1 by m. So this will give you the seal value. Seal value means a color which will be present maximum number of time. कि maximum number of time कौन सा color present होगा? अगर सारे colors equally distribute करेगा Alice, means if Alice will distribute all the colors equally, so which color or what is the maximum number of times a color will be present? That is x. Now what Bob will try? Bob will try to make all the remaining stripes or the parts of the ribbon equal to x. So how many such parts are there which are not equal to x? N minus x. So n parts are there which are equal to a particular color. Remaining parts are n minus x. So now what Bob will try? Bob will try to paint these n minus x also into the same color which this x stripes are. So if the value of k is greater than this x, means this n minus x, then Bob can do that. Means Bob can paint all the stripes into same color. So output will be no. Else output will be yes. Because if k is less than x, means it cannot make. अब let's say यहाँ पर अगर k सिर्फ 5 है, let's say it is just 5. So you cannot make all the color. Let's say if it will target to make all the color 1, it can make 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's all. It cannot have these 3, these 4. So it should be at least 9. If it is 9, then it can do. Right. So guys, that's the basic thing. What we're doing here. Actually, you can see the problem number A was even very complex in today's contest. So it was a difficult contest, right? Cool. It took me 8 minutes to just solve the first problem. It happens very rarely, right? Okay, so cool. Let's move towards the next problem. So the next problem is make it ugly. This was also actually a really good problem, right? So what this problem says? So this problem is actually where you are saying that what is a beautiful array. So you are basically given a definition of a beautiful array. Let's see what a beautiful array is. So a beautiful array is an array in which you can make all the elements of the array equal by doing some type of operation. What the operation is? So operation is that you have to choose the index I such that both the neighbors of I, means ai minus 1 and ai plus 1 are equal. So you have to choose an index size such that their neighbors are equal, and then you have to make that ai also equal to that their neighbor. So basically funda kya hai? What the operation says is, let's say you have an array like this, right? Let's say this is the array and this is the indexing, right? Now if you will see, this is the 3, right? Now if this is the 3, you can see both of its neighbor are equal, which are equal to 5. So what you can do, you can also make this equal to 5. That's the basic the operation is. If both the neighbors are equal, you can make that number also equal to their neighbors, right? This is the operation that you can do. So an array that can be made equal after performing these operations is called a beautiful array. Are you getting? It is known as a beautiful array. For example, if I will write an array 5 3 5 7 5 5 2 5 5 5. So if you will see, this is actually a beautiful array, because in this array, by applying some of the operations of above type, you can make it equal. You can see, if you will apply this operation at this index, at this index, and at this index, you can make not this, sorry, this and this. If you will apply this operation on these three indexes, you can make these numbers also equal to 5. That means obviously the array is beautiful, right? It's a beautiful array. So a beautiful array is given to you. A beautiful array is given to you. Now what you have to do is you have to remove some elements from the array. Basically minimum number of elements from the array, such that you have to stop it. Basically you have to make it ugly. So currently it's beautiful. You have to not make it beautiful after applying some operations, right? Means after removing some element. So how you can do it actually? See guys, if you will see, a array is beautiful. First of all, there will be one element that is a, I will say, a element which is a beautiness of array. What is the beautiness? If you will see, this array can be converted to 5 5 5 only. Means you can convert all the elements of array equal to 5 only. You cannot convert it into any other element. So this is how every beautiful array will have its key element. Okay, to which equal it can be. For example, यहाँ पे देखो अगर आप, so 5 is the key element. You can convert all the elements of this array into 5 by doing that operation. So every beautiful array has that key element. Just like here it's 5. And it will always be present on the boundary. Boundary mein it will be always present. Now next, so first thing is that there will be a key element for every beautiful array, which will be always present on the boundary, because you can never convert the change the boundary element, right? And you are already having a beautiful array. So don't worry, you don't have to check that whether the given array is beautiful. You don't have to check that. The array will always be beautiful. It is given to you. You are given with a beautiful array only, right? So that's not a problem. Now, if this is the beautiful array given to us, right? Now see guys, it is a beautiful array because every number which is not equal to 5, which is not equal to this key element. See, how you can find a key element? Key element is basically the first or the last element. Both these will be always the key element. Okay? So you can get the key element. Now, all the elements which are not key element, for example, if you will see 3, 7 and 2, they are not key element, and they can be converted into key element because the array is beautiful. They can be converted, right? And why they can be converted? Because these all the elements must have 5 and 5 in their neighbors, because that is the only property. If they have 5 and 5 in the neighbor, then only they can be converted into 5. So means every non 5 element, or basically every non key element. What is key? Key is the first or last element. Every non key element must have their neighbors equal to key. Then only they can also be converted into key, and such that the all elements can be converted into that key. Okay. Now what you have to make? You have to remove some elements such that these non-key elements, any non-key element cannot be converted into 5 or the key. For example, let me give you an example. For example, if I will remove these both the 5s, array will become like this. So now if you will see, this 7 and this 2 both cannot be converted into the 5. So means the array can never become equal. Or another example, if I will just simply remove this 5, then also this array can never be converted into all the 5s, because you cannot convert this 3, it has unequal neighbors, and you can also not convert this 7. So basically you have to remove some elements between two non-key elements. For example, इन दोनों के बीच में एक 5 है, इसको remove कर दो. Between this there are 2 5s, remove this. Or maybe you can remove the border elements. Even if you will remove this 5, this array is non-beautiful. You cannot make all the elements equal to 5. Or even if you will remove these 5, then also it cannot be made equal, right? So this is a logic that you have to apply. By the way, the logic that I used was little bit complex. That time I got that only. So what I use the logic is that first of all you will get that key element. Okay, let's say in this case the key element is 5. Now for each index you have to find that how many times that key elements are present before that in a contiguous manner. So we will find pre. So देखो इसके पहले there is no 5 present. Before this there is 1 5 present. Before this there is 0 5s present. It should be just before that in a continuous manner. So इसके पहले 0 5s, right? Before this only 1 5 is present. Before this 0 5s. Before this 1 5. Before this 2 5s are present. Before this 0 1 2. So for each index you will find that before that index how many 5s are in continuity. The basic agenda is we should know that how many 5s to remove to make it non-beautiful. Because देखो, this is a non key element. If you can see, you have to just remove 2 5s before it and the array will become non-beautiful. So the value 2 is here. Similarly for this 7, you have to just remove 1 5. For this 3, you have to remove 1 5. And then similarly you will find for suffix. From the back, the same thing. 0, 1, 2, then here it's 0, here it's 1, here it's also, here it's 3, here it's 0, here it's 1, here it's 2, here it's 0, 1, 0. Similarly for each index you will find that on the left of it how many continuous 5s are present and on the right of it how many continuous 5 are present. And the minimum of that will be the answer. But obviously यहाँ 2 present है, 3 present है. So you will remove 2. You want minimum number of operators, right? Similarly, here you can see you have to just remove 1. So minimum of that will be the answer. So if you will see here, what I did here is, अरे भाई कितनी बार same tag इन्होंने add कर दिया. Implementation. Oh, it is removed now. Yeah. So if you will see here, first I have calculated this pre-array. Then I have calculated this suffix array. You can check the logic how I am calculating. And then the minimum of prefix and suffix is the answer. And if let's say it is not possible. So when it will be not possible? It will be not possible when let's say it is there are all the 5s present. In that case, my answer will be max, long max. So then we will print -1. So PM means print -1, right? So that's the thing. But obviously don't implement this much of logic. As I told you, there's a better way to solve. The very basic way how you can solve it, I actually solved in a very complex way. What you can actually do here is you can simply find the intervals of 5s. So for example, here 5 is present once, here 5 is present once, here it's present twice, here it's present thrice, and minimum of that will be your answer, which is 1, right? If you will see the test case also, let's say here you can see all are 2, so means answer is -1. Here also you can see all are 1, so answer is -1. Here you can see the key element is 1 and 1 is present only one time, so output is 1. Here key element is 3 and 3 is present 3 times here and 3 times here in continuity, so minimum will be also 3, right? So this is the logic that you can actually use to solve this particular problem. Cool guys, still if you have any doubt you can ask that doubt in the comment section, or you can also join a Telegram channel to ask your doubt, right? Amazing. Now what's the next part? So next we have problem number C, which is long multiplication. But before moving forward to this problem number C, let me announce with you guys about the CP expert sheet. So guys, I have prepared a CP sheet which contains more than 150 questions, right? And every question will have a video editorial made by me, right? And these all the questions are important questions of competitive programming. So if you are someone who is practicing CP, so you can get this CP this sheet from me. This sheet contains questions from newbie level and up to the expert level, right? It has 150 plus questions present. So if you want the link of this CP sheet, you can DM me on Instagram You can get my Instagram ID in the description. So you can check out my. You can just go and please do follow me on Instagram also before messaging. After that, maybe you can unfollow. The reason being, if you not follow, the message request goes in the blocked section. So I sometimes didn't got the message. So you can just follow me on Instagram and then DM me on Instagram. Okay, just please send me the CP sheet and I will send us link of the CP sheet to you, right? So that's a basic announcement about that CP sheet of 150 plus question, and every question has a video editorial by me. Okay, great, amazing. So let's move forward now, guys. Uh, so next we have the problem which is long multiplication. I think already the video is of 20 minutes, too long. So long multiplication. This was actually a good and a easy problem, right? So basically what the problem says that you have two numbers given to you, two integers, and actually the integers are very long, up to 10 to the power 100. So we will actually store these integers as a string because no data structure can store this much of large integer, right? So yeah, you have basically two integers x and y. Let's say x and y. Let's say x is 762,193 and y is 528,167. Okay, and both will be of same length, right? So this is a given to us. Now what you can do, you can actually swap digits of these numbers and at same index, means you can maybe swap these two digits, you can swap these two digits or these two digits. Okay, by swapping them, what you have to do, you have to swap the digits of the number in such a way that the multiplication of both the numbers, the product of both the numbers should be maximum. So you don't have to actually tell the product, you have to just tell the numbers after swapping, that after swapping which are the two final numbers that will have the maximum product. This you have to actually tell, right? So how you will do that? First of all, guys, let me tell you, when we will have our product maximum. Let me give you example. Let's say we have two numbers, x is 23 and y is 14, right? Or let's say x is 23, y is 12, right? If you will multiply 23 with 12, you can see the multiplication is 273. But if you will swap these two digits, it will become 12 and 22, right? Or some 22 and 12 basically, 12, 13, 22 and 30. Now if you will multiply, you will get 286. So which is greater? This x and y is getting greater. Why is this? So guys, basically what happens is, if we have two numbers and we want the maximum multiplication of that number, so the difference between those two numbers should be minimum possible. The difference, देखो यहाँ पे difference was 11, here difference is 9. That is why here the multiplication is having the higher value, right? That's the basic thing. That's the basic thing. You can take any other example. So that was the observation or a basic math thing that you should know for solving this problem. That the difference between both the numbers should be minimum if you want their product to be maximum. Simple सी बात है, right? Let me give you one more example. Let's say if you are multiplying two numbers, 2 with let's say 10, you are having just 20. But in the same case, if you are multiplying let's say 9 with or let's say 5 with 7, you will get 35. So you can see sum of this 2 and this is also 12. Sum of 5 plus 7 is also 12. But this is having greater product. So when difference between two numbers is less, product is greater. You can take one more example. When I will go for 6 into 6, it is more greater. It is 36. So इससे बड़ा हो गया. So difference between two numbers we have to take less, right? So what we will do, guys, this x and y are given to you. Let's take it as fa and a and b actually, right? And I will take two more strings, fa and fb. Initially both will be empty. Now one by one I will iterate through all the indexes of these characters. Okay. Now what I want, I will try to balance the value of both fa and fb. If fa is greater, I will try to, if fa is smaller, I will try to make it greater. If fb is smaller, I will try to make it greater. तो सबसे अभी देखो both are equal. Okay, so if both are equal, we can make 7 and 5 anywhere, doesn't matter. Now see guys, next we have two characters, 6 and 2. So we will first of all take which is the maximum character, which is the minimum character. So maximum character is 6, minimum character is 2. Now the thing is where this 6 should go and where this 2 should go. That's the basic thing. So see guys, currently see which is greater. You can see FA is greater than FB. FA is greater than FB. And if I will again push this 6 to FA and 2 to FB, their difference will even increase. Their difference will increase. We want to decrease the difference. So what we will do, if FA is greater and FB is smaller, to put the maximum character in FB because it is smaller and minimum character in FA, so that the difference is minimum. Because अगर आप यहाँ पे 6 यहाँ रखते, difference was 24, but now you can see difference is just 16. So we have to decrease the difference. Next come this. Now here the maximum is 8, minimum is 2, right? Again which is greater? FA is again greater. FA will always be greater, right? So 8, 2 here, 8 here, right? Now next is 1 1, so 1 1 both are equal. Next is 9 and 6, so 6 will come here, 9 will come here. Next is 3 and 7, so 7 will come here and 3 will come here. So these will be the two characters that will be created, right? And this will be our output, such that our difference between both the number is minimum possible. So if you will see what I have done actually here is, I've simply taken two strings FA and FB as I discussed. Now for each integer I am taking both the characters CA and CB. Now I'm taking the maximum character of both, which is the maximum one, just like this MX and MY, MX and MN. Now if FA is greater and FB is smaller, so if FB is smaller, so I will add MN in the FB and MX in the MX in the FB, because I want to make FB greater, MA minimum win in the FA, and else the opposite of that, right? And then I will print both FA and FB, right? So this is again, this was I you can say a easy problem than this. No, okay, this was also easy one. Yeah. So both were like of good level, right? So I can say that all ABC are of good level, right? Cool. Now let's discuss the most difficult problem of this contest, of this video basically. Contest में तो और भी difficult problems हैं. Problem number D, which is colored ball. This was a really difficult problem of dynamic programming. Let's discuss it. Yeah, before moving forward to this problem, let me again tell you guys about the CP expert sheet that I have created. So guys, I have created a CP expert sheet for you guys that contains 150 plus CP problems from newbie to expert level, and every problem has a video editorial recorded by me. So if you want this CP sheet, it is completely free of cost. You can simply check out my Instagram and DM me that you want that CP sheet, and I will send you the link of that CP sheet. And also don't remember to don't forget to follow me before messaging me, because if you don't follow, the message goes in the blog section and I don't get that message, right? Just follow me, DM me to get this CP sheet. I will send you the link. Then even if you want, you can unfollow, right? That's not the case. Cool. So yeah, finally the problem number D, which is colored ball. Let's discuss this problem. So it is given that there are n different balls and different colors actually, right? And the number of balls, of the ith color is AI. So just a minute. Yeah, sorry. Cool. So there are, so let's discuss the problem first of all. So there are actually, guys, and different colors are there, and different colors are there, and each color how many balls are there, that is also given to you. So for example, if you will see, if there are four different colors, let's say n is equal to 4, means there are four different colors, and the array that is given to you in the last test case is 1337. That means uh, the color of first the balls of first type color is 1, means there are one balls of color number 1, there are three balls with color number 2, there are three balls with color number 3, and there are seven balls with color 4, right? So there are four colors, and each color how many balls are there, that is also given to you. Okay, cool. Now what you have to do, you have to actually divide these balls into some groups, right? And groups have a rule. What the rule is that each group will have at most two balls, means it can have one ball also, or it can have two balls, not more than that, right? Second rule is that it should have balls of different color. Means you can see it's written that no more than one ball of each color, means it should have ball of different color, right? Up. Now what you have to do is you have to first of all consider uh, all 2 to the power n set of colors. So basically अभी आपके पास कितने color हैं? You have 4 color. You have to consider all the sets of color. So there will be basically 2 to the power n set. So currently you have 4 type of colors. Let's say C1, C2, C3, C4. So if you will check all the sets, so first set will be empty. Then let's say C1, then C2, then C3. And see, each set will have some number of balls also. So basically you have to find the this array set of this array, all the possible sets, right? All the possible subsets of this array. So first will be the empty subset, then 1, then 3, one more 3, one more 7, then it will be 1 comma 3 ये दोनों, then 1 comma 3 ये दोनों, then 1 comma 7, okay, then 3 comma 3, then 3 comma 7, okay, and then this 3 comma 7 also, then 1 comma 3 comma 7, these 3, then 1 comma 3 comma 7, these 3, then 1 comma 3 comma 3, these 3, and finally 3 comma 3 comma 7 also, which are these 3, and then 1 comma 3 comma 3 comma 7 means the whole array. So these are the different sets that will be created. Okay, so if you will see, there will be total of 16 sets, because 2 to the power 4 is 16. So 1 2 3 4 5 9 12 and 16. Okay, these are all the 16 sets. Now what you have to do is you have to find that for each set how many minimum groups you can have, right? Let me give you example. For example, you have these three colors. The first color has one ball, second color has three balls, and third color has seven balls. So how many different groups you can have? Minimum groups you can have. So you can see that you will have minimum of 7 groups. How minimum of 7 groups will be there? Why? Because if let's say this is C3, this is C2, this is C1. So there will be 7 balls of C3. So 7 different groups to bani gaye, right? Now you can pair these groups with some other ball, but that ball should be of different color. So you can have C2, C2, C2 3 times and one C1. So 7 groups banenge. You cannot pair this C3 here, otherwise 2 C3 will be there. So you cannot make it, right? But if you will see, in this case, when there are 1 3 3, here you can have 4 different groups. How? If you have C1 C2 C3, what you can do, you can have C3 C3 C3. Now you can have C1 here, now you can have C2 here, C2 and one C2 separately. So total of 4 groups are there. So how I am actually finding this? How I am actually getting key when how many groups are there, right? See guys, the thing is that you can obviously divide all the types of balls into 2 different parts, right? So if there are, let's say, n balls in a group, in a subset, if there are total of n balls in a subset, obviously you can make n plus 1 by 2 groups. This is what you can do. You can make n plus 1 by 2 groups. That we know. अब देखो ये क्या हुआ, मैंने क्यों बोला ऐसा. सी फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे हमारे पास 3,3,7 है बॉल्स, ठीक है. तो टोटल वी हैव 13 balls, 13 balls, right? So 13 balls, if you will divide, there will be 6 pairs and one single ball. So overall, how much? 7 groups will be created, right? So 7 क्या है? 13 by 2 का upper bound. So when we find upper bound, when we divide the number by 2 and when we find the upper bound, we actually add plus 1, right? You know that, to handle that odd wala case, right? Cool. अब देखो, now see what we will actually do. The thing is, this will happen. This will happen in all the cases. Let's say यहाँ पे भी ऐसा हुआ कि total sum was 7. So 7 plus 1 by 2 was 4. So 4 groups were created. This case will not happen in here. Let's say when it was 1, 3, 7, here 7 groups were created. How? If it is C3, C2, C1, so 7 C3 are there, na? And you cannot make it with sum, right? So when will this case happen? So guys, see, in mostly cases, if there are n balls, n plus 1 by 2 groups will be created. But if the maximum number of ball, basically, let's say इसका maximum कितना 7. Similarly, if the maximum ball, जो maximum ball, if that maximum ball is more than this n plus 1 by 2, more than this n plus 1 by 2, then the answer will be that maximum. You can see कि जब 1, 3, 3, 7 है, right? Or let's say this, let's say when it was 1, 3, 3, its sum was 7 and its n plus 1 by 2 was 4. तो 4 ग्रुप बनेंगे, क्योंकि इसमें जो भी balls हैं, all the balls of this set are not more than 4. No ball is more than 4. Every ball is less than 4 times present. But if you will find the same for this, its sum is 11. 11 by 2 will be 6. But there is a ball which is having more than 6 times present. तो यहाँ पे केस होगा 7. That's the thing. अगर first of all we'll find the sum of all the balls. Now if sum plus 1 divided by 2 and the maximum element of the set, whatever is maximum will be the answer. You can see. इस केस में answer will be 0. There is no ball. Here 1, 3, 3, 7. Basic. Here if you will see, if you will find 1 plus 3 means sum देखो यहाँ पे 4 है. Sum is 4. If you will find 4 plus 1 by 2, it will be 2. But 2 will not be the answer because there is a ball with 3. There is a color with 3 balls. So 3 maximum है ना. तो C1, C1, C1 और सिर्फ एक ही C2 है. So you cannot pair this with his. Right? Are you getting this? यहाँ पे 3 होगा. यहाँ पे 7 होगा. By the way, it's 8 by 2 will be 4 only. But 4 pairs नहीं कर सकते because there are 7 balls with single color. Here it will be 3. Here it will be 7. Here it will be 7. Here it will be 7. 7. Here it will be 4. Here again 7 and 7. So if you will find the sum of all these values, output will be 76, which is actually the answer for the last test case. Right? But now the thing comes that how you will find this. How you will find this for all the test cases. See guys, they are saying is that these elements of our array are less than equal to 5000. They will not go more than 5000. And also it's also written there, you can see that sum of all the balls will also not go more than 5000. That will also be less than 5000. Right? That's the first thing. Now guys, see the logic. What I will do, I will use DP here, which will have 2 states. Okay, which will have 2 states. Now what this, so let me also open the code just to explain you guys. So what this DP will store, the first index of this CP, the first state will store the sum, and this will store the maximum element in that particular subset. This will store the sum and this will store maximum element, right? And this dp will store this. What this dp will store? This dp will actually store, you can see here, this dp will store how many or number of subsets having maximum element equal to mx and sum equal to this sum. Means if I will say that dp of 10 3 is equal to 5, that means there are 5 subsets having 10 as the sum of all the elements, and maximum element in that subset is 3. This is the meaning of this dp. This is, I am explaining your dp state now. Okay, now how we will create this dp actually? So I will explain one by one. Okay, and also this count I will explain. So ये count क्या है? This count, I will also have one count, and this count will actually store this will be the sum. Now count will actually store number of subsets with given sum. तो मतलब अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ let's say CNT5 is equal to 3, means there are 3 subsets having 5 as the sum, right? So this is also a one thing. Now see guys, understand very carefully. First of all, I am having the vector, I am sorting it, right? Now what I am doing here, okay, what I am doing here, first I am taking my count and making all the elements equal to 0, and basically यहाँ पे 5001 है because we have 5000 max, you can see here. Okay, and also we are having a dp of n comma n. This first m represents the sum of all the numbers in the set, and second n represents the maximum number of that set, right? And initially for dp also all the elements will make equal to 0, right? Now first I will make dp of v0 plus plus. Why? This represents that let's say कि after sorting like this, what I'm doing is I'm assuming a set with 1, means dp of 1 equal to 1. This basically means that there is a subset which is this having sum as 1, maximum number as 1. There is one subset having sum as 1 and maximum number also as 1, right? This is what dp of 1 represents. And then I'm making count of v0 also equal to 1. So basically count of 1 means that there is a subset, there is one subset present which is having sum 1. So एक subset है इसका sum 1. This is the base case of our dp. Now see guys, first we have taken, now from index number 1 to the last index, what I am doing? What is this? Here this j represents the sum. So as it is mentioned there, the maximum sum can go up to 5000. Maximum sum can go up to 5000. So what we are doing here, we are checking for all the sums which is 5000 and greater than vi. No, greater than vi, why? Because here we are considering vi as the maximum element in our subset. तो अगर subset में vi होगा तो subset का sum vi से तो बड़ा होगा ही होगा, right? If vi is present in the subset, so the subset sum will always be greater than vi, and at max it will be 5000, right? Now for every j, what we are doing is dpc, understand this thing. I am saying dp of j vi is equal to dp of j, you can see here, oh sorry, not equal to, we are adding actually, we are adding count of j minus vi, you can see it. Up see, what does it matter? See what count tells you. Count is telling you, अच्छा देखो, I am actually doing I am explaining in a wrong way. Let me first explain you this, the logic, because then again you guys will say that you didn't explain the logic, you explained the problems directly the implementation. See देखो logic क्या है ना, if you understand here, basically you can see here that we have to find the sum of this, right? So if we know, see देखो, for each subset answer क्या था? For each subset the answer was the maximum of sum plus 1 by 2 or the maximum element of its subset, जो बड़ा होगा. For example here the maximum element is greater and here sum plus 1 by 2 is greater. तो जो भी बड़ा होगा वो उस वाले सबसेट का आंसर हो जाएगा. Am I right? The value of the subset will be the maximum of either sum plus 1 by 2 or either the maximum element. So if we can get to know that how many subsets are there for a given sum and for a given maximum value, we can find the answer. We can just sum all of that. तो हमारा डीपी क्या स्टोर कर रहा है? Our DP will store that for a given sum. What I told you. Our DP will store that for a given sum and for the given mx means the maximum element. How many number of subsets are there? Right. So at the last हम क्या करेंगे? At the last for every sum, for every possible sum क्या होगा? From 1 to 5,000. For every possible sum and for every possible mx. अब देखो mx जो है, the maximum value will always be less than sum. By maximum value cannot be more than sum na for a subset. So for every given sum which is I and the maximum value for every given possible maximum value which is less than I obviously. हम चेक कर रहे हैं, क्या चेक कर रहे हैं? सी if the maximum value is less than sum by 2, as I told you, देखो सम है, अगर मैक्सिमम वैल्यू सम बाय 2 से छोटी है, that means the value of that subset will be sum plus 1 by 2, else the value will be mx, right? तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? If the maximum value is less than sum by 2, what I'm doing, I'm adding what? I'm adding in the answer I plus 1 by 2, as I discussed, sum plus 1 by 2. And into dp of ij means how many times that how many subsets are there that have that given sum and that given mx. How many subsets are there that have I as their sum and j as their maximum value? ठीक है. So first of all we counted that for a subset having I as the sum and j as the maximum value, what will be the value? वो निकाल लिया and multiplied by number of subsets. And same, if j is greater than I by 2 means the maximum value is greater than the half of the sum. That means maximum value will be the value of the subset. So j multiplied by dp of ij. And ये mod हम कर रहे हैं because they are asking the answer in mod. You can see. That is what we are doing. Okay. So ये हमने किया है. So अब समझ में आया कि how we are using dp. This is why we need to find this dp. तो यहाँ पे वो dp find कर रहे हैं. So you got the, so I actually resumed it. I paused this explanation to first explain this, that why we are actually counting this dp. To the logic is that if you will get a dp array such that it can tell you that for a given sum and for a given maximum value how many such subsets are there. If you can get that, then you can easily find the answer. You can easily find the answer, right? And how we are storing that? So what we are doing here is that for every element we are iterating, and j is starting from 5,000 means for every possible sum we are finding the value in dp. अब देखो dp of j vi मतलब dp when j is the sum of the subset and vi is the maximum means how many subsets are there such that their sum is j and their maximum element is vi. कितने subset हैं? How many subsets are there? So simply add what? Count of j minus vi. See guys, for example, count of 5 is 7. Means there are 7 subsets having 5 as their sum. Okay. And I got a new number 3, let's say. I got a new number 3. And now I have to find how many subsets are there having 10 as the sum. 10 means, not 10, sorry, 8 as the sum. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 as the sum and 3 as the maximum element. तो कैसे निकालेंगे? तो ये हमें पता है कि 3 हमें मिल गया अभी. And 8 is the sum after including this 3. But include with what? Include with subset having 5 sum. So if we can know how many subsets are there having 5 as the sum, I will simply add this 3 there and total sum I will get as 8. How many subsets are there? That I will find using this count method. So using this count method I am finding how many subsets are there having sum j minus vi. So that in that sum j minus vi, I will add my vi. So my overall sum will become j having maximum element as vi. So this is how this dp value is calculated, right? And also we have to update the count also. So for every 5,000 what I am doing, if for this j, my count j means basically how many subsets are there having j as their sum. So कितने होंगे? Count of j minus vi. So vi is the current element. Simply subtract j उसमें से कि भाई same logic कि अगर हमें निकालना है कि count of 8 कितने होंगे and we have current element as 3, तो simply find how many count of 5 were there. So in all the count of 5s I will add the 3. That's all, right? So this is how we are finding the count, and every time I'm taking the mod. Okay, and also for each vi and vi we are also increasing dp, because देखो अगर आप एक vi पे हो, let's say आप 7 पे हो, so dp of 7 comma 7 will also make 1, means a subset whose sum is also 7 and max is also 7. There is one such subset, and same for the count, right? So guys, this was actually a very complex problem. I tried my best to explain that. Okay, if you still have any doubt, you can join telegram, or you can ask that to me in the comment section. And obviously you will understand this problem once you will have good understanding of dynamic programming. If you don't have that, you will obviously not get it, right? Cool. So that's the 4 problems guide that we discussed. Again, guys, if any one of you guys the CP seat of OnePlus CP problems having video editorials by me, you can DM me on Instagram. Okay, as I discussed previously in the video, you can DM me on Instagram. I will send you a seat of 150 plus CP problems having video editorials made by me. Just DM me on Instagram. That's it. Okay, cool guys. So that's all for this particular video. I hope that you've got the understanding of the problems. See you in the next video. Thank you.